Bendy and the Ink Machine is a first-person horror game where you play as an animator returning to his former studio, only to find the discarded and no longer loved cartoon characters have all come to life as malevolent monsters. The game can be completed in under 5 hours, but while it is a memorable experience, the underlying gameplay loop can be mediocre or even tedious at times. The game world created is genuinely impressive, with highly stylized art creating an authentic feeling of being inside a vintage cartoon, and it is definitely refreshing to have a horror game that isn't constantly shrouded in darkness. However, this comes at the cost of massive asset reuse, which becomes a serious issue given the maze-like layout of many levels. The constantly flickering light effect also becomes more irritating than atmospheric. Unfortunately, the game itself is largely fetch quests that typically require multiple repetitions, made even more tedious by painfully slow movement and well-hidden items. You also can't interact with obviously useful items or buttons until the game decides you need them, leading to what feels like padding. Combat too is extremely basic, typically involving walking backwards while swinging an axe. There's also no penalty for dying beyond having to replay small sections, and since you're faster than most enemies and have health that regenerates, the encounters rarely feel intimidating. Most of the horror comes from just cheap jump scares and heavily scripted chase sequences. One boss fight stood out as excessively difficult and felt completely out of place. The story also leaves many questions unanswered, and the final confrontation is disappointingly anticlimactic. Overall, as a video game, Bendy is mediocre and has more than its fair share of flaws, but it is quirky and beautifully presented, and is still fairly strong as a horror experience, with plenty of memorable moments and originality. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful, and remember, your time matters, so try to spend it wisely.